Hi, welcome to Ledeas Game, and I'm Ledeas, and today we're going to do Monster Train. Jace86 asked me about it a little bit, and so I thought we would go through it. I will go ahead and break my winning streak of 2. Alright, so this is kind of a deck building game with a strategy concept. I'm going to turn the difficulty down to 0, which is the starting, and I'm going to use the starter clans. The first two are the Hellhorn, and the Awoken. Now, I like the Awoken better, so I'm going to use them with the Hellhorn following up. So what you do is you have a primary clan with a champion, which is this tree guy here, and then you have an allied clan who will, like for example, will provide 3 torch cards in the very first levels. The other option is I can use this guy as my champion, and then the Awoken will provide 3 restore cards. So, the object of the game is that you have 80 points in your pyre right here in your train. You have to get your train through all 9 levels of hell into the frozen heart and rekindle the flames of hell. Like I said, you start with a champion. The champion has 3 different abilities. You get your choice of 2, and as you go through the boards, you will get to upgrade them. I'm going to use the spikes. That I'll deal 10 points of damage to any unit that hits him. And then I'm going to use this ability every turn. Whoever is at the front of each floor will get 5 hit points, so it'll make them last longer. I have 15 cards in my deck. Now, this will show me some of their abilities. That's the boss for this board. And this is a random clergyman. They come in with rage. Rage gives them a lot of attack, but they only have 1 hit point, so they die pretty quick. I can choose to make this a little more difficult by having units on each floor. And if I live through this battle, I'll get an extra 75 coins. I'm going to turn it off for now, because there's a lot going on. And this is kind of an introduction. So I have 3 embers, and each card that I currently have costs 1 ember for my hero, who is 0. Now I can throw my hero here, and he would kill every one of these as they hit him, because he'll deal 10 and they all have 1. They all deal 5, so that would really mess me up. We have 3 floors to choose from. At the end of each round, they'll take this door up to the next floor. If they get up to this floor, they'll attack my pyre. The one thing about my pyre, though, is when it attacks, and it does have an attack, so it has 20 attack and 80 health, it will do a sweeping attack and hit everyone equally. So that is one advantage. My starting deck comes with 5 restores from the Awoken, 5 torches from the Hellhorns, and then 4 stewards, train stewards. Train stewards start in every deck, and they are the very basic beginner cards. Go ahead and weaken that up a little bit, and then this card is just pretty much wasted. And then this is my discard pile, which will reshuffle at the end of when my draw pile is done. Go ahead and end turn, and here we go. I have 3 waves that I'll have to weather before the boss comes out. This little guy in the back is a collector, and if I kill him, he will give me 50 gold. What's that say? Flees from battle if not rooted or dazed. So if I don't kill him now, he'll get away. And since he will regenerate 5 hit points because of my artifact, I'm going to go ahead and let him take a beating. Alright. Knock him out, and now we'll do some healing. So now this card not only heals for 2, but also grants a regen, where I will restore 1 health at the end of turn. Or now 2. And it decreases by 1 every round. Not really worried too much about the boss. Heal this guy up a little bit. Now if you can kill the boss quicker, you get more points. I'm not worried about the points from this introduction. Purge removes a card from your deck permanently. So he's putting cards in my deck. I don't have to heal. I'm going to kill him before he kills everybody on the floor. I can speed it up, but now I have it fast. There's more faster speed. And there we go. After the first round, we're going to collect our rewards for 50 coins, and now we get to draft a card. I'm going to take this one because it restores 2 health to all units on one floor and deals 2 damage to all units, enemy units on the floor. This one is an X cost, so however many Ember I have, it will use them all, and it will deal double that in damage to all units on that floor. Now, I'm going into the next circle, and I have to choose to either go left or right to get the pick. On this side, I'll be able to pick an Awoken unit. On this side, a Hellhorn. I will also have a Merchant of Steel where I can buy upgrades for my units. Or I can go to this side and get upgrades for my spells. I should have checked to see. So the final boss will destroy my spells. Every round, one spell will have a consume. Consume destroys it for that round, and not for the whole battle. But it's also the last one, so it won't matter. I'm gonna add 10 points of damage to this. So even cast at 0, it'll still do 10 points of damage. And we will make that one free to cast, removing 1 point Ember. Some cards have consume on them, I don't have any. This will remove the consume ability, but make it cost 1 more. I can re-roll these cards for 50, and then apply the new abilities, or I can purge a card from my deck. I don't want to do either one of those. There's a lot going on pretty quick, and I apologize. There may still be a demo version of this available on Steam, I don't know. Alright, this time we're going to put him down here. He's going to be our wall. This guy has 30 attack, but only 4 health. We're going to put him back. Now, the other thing about the units that I forgot to tell you is, see the 2 dots here at the top? That's how many spaces they take on a floor. So he takes up 2, he takes up 2. I only have 5 per floor. So I can't put him in the bottom. Go ahead and pop that. And we'll set up a heal because I'm going to need to do that. Alright, we're going to head and fireball the collector. The crossbowman, we'll get rid of him. We'll do some healing again. This guy has no attack, he's a healer. Bye. Go ahead and get some heals on that guy. So our champion will be ready. Because the next wave will be the boss. Now this wave, he comes in with 7. There's 110. Since we're going to kill him anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do all of this, which is going to be 6 plus 10. So 16. That just gets it done. Between 10 points on the spike, I do more damage hitting him. And then 30 points of damage from the Hellhorn here is pretty stout. Collecting our rewards. This will apply a +3 to attack and health, and it's free to cast. That one for me is almost always a go. This is an imp, and when he comes into play, he deals 5 damage to all enemy units on the floor. One thing about him is he's 1/1, so he's very cheap, but he's also a 1 dot, so he can fit into a lot of different locations. We can go left, pick up an artifact and a unit, or we can go right and pick up a unit and copy one of the cards in our deck. The concealed caverns will give us a random event, and we can use that no matter what side we go on. Check my deck real quick. I do like this, but before I copy cards, I like to modify them. I'm going to go ahead and skip this and get a free artifact. we can either add 15 strength to our pyre, that way when things get up there, it kills it quicker. Or when we play our third card per turn, we'll draw another one. That will actually be a long-term benefit. Alright, so this Demon Fiend is 50-50, and he takes up 3 dots, but he costs 4 embers. I cannot cast him yet, but after this battle, I will get to upgrade my pyre, and I will get the 4th ember. You see a tent before you, the winged hiding near it. You are prepared for a fight. The winged are all the enemies. They're supposed to be angels attacking us. Mercy, please, I mean no harm. I was left here by my so-called people. Bah! Traitors, all of them. And they didn't even leave me with anything to defend myself. The gall. Turns out this fight isn't as clear as we once thought, huh? Perhaps you, Hellborn, can prove more generous than our friends above. I promise to give it back to you later in perfect condition. Do you wish to give him some aid? You can purge a unit, and he will upgrade it for you, and you can pick it up later. Or you can upgrade a spell. I'm going to purge a spell. I'm going to let him take one of these basic torches and see what he does with it. Thank you, Hellborn. I won't forget this kindness, truly. And unlike my feathered compatriots, I will keep my word. Having already played this, I know what it is. Alright, now we fight Ledeas the Professor. Heaven's disgraced professor has improved his explosive inventions, creating better protection through technological enhancements. He will drop a barrel that will explode, and now this round they will explode twice. Sometimes they have a shield, sometimes every unit on the floor when it dies will deal damage to you, so it explode up and down between the 3 floors, dropping these little bombs. We're going to put nothing there. We're going to go to floor 2. I'm going to start upgrading my champion so he has an attack. That was 3 cards, so I drew the free torch. I'm going to go ahead and use now. I don't really need to cast it. So that went off twice. Each one of those would do 10 points of damage. Having the direct damage from torches when they come up is real helpful. Alright, so here's an example of the imp. I'm going to go ahead and drop him here in front. He's going to do 5 damage to all 3 of them. I have left over, so we'll go ahead and soften him. Now you'll see I also did 14 points of damage to the Professor. He has a lot of health compared to normal enemies. We do not want that happening, so we're going to destroy it now. And since we put the imp in front, it actually gained 5 health and we'll take a hit. That's a little messed up. We don't want him there for the kill. And I cannot. You can damage your own units, but it's not enough to kill him. So we got a free spell to cast, so I'm going to cast it. And had that unit not been there, we would have hit the Professor, weakening him. See, we got rid of the bomb. Now our trained steward will hit him for 5 points of damage. Let's put another one up there so he helps out. Down here we have our clergyman, but this guy on the end is an infiltrator. He gives haste. And he gives haste to all these units, and they will skip the 2nd floor going straight to the 3rd. So we're going to kill him specifically to slow the group down. Points of damage, weaken him up a little bit. And the imp is still in the way. That is ridiculous. Fireball. I'm gonna go ahead and just kill them all. It's free to do. And we just won't use the last 2. Well, if all else fails, the imp will be there and be a damage. Not necessarily the best idea, but on the work side. We'll use a few of our cards to soften him. He's going to be be there, we might as well. Alright, so we're out of Ember, but remember, this card still has a 10 on it because of that 10 magic power. Alright, so the game is telling us that we're going to kill him, and he's going to wipe out this guy and do some damage to our chances, which doesn't matter to us. Since we're killing him, we're going to let it roll. Speed it up so you can see it. And I'm going to put it back to the normal speed. So this is the end of the third round. So at the third and sixth, we'll get this major enhancement at the end. Collect our money, get a card. I'm going to get this one, which will apply 10 to a unit and give them 3 spikes. We can add a unit. I do like this one. He sweeps, so he hits everybody on the floor. And if he kills anyone, he permanently gets a +3 for that battle. We do want more embers to put that big demon into play. If we go here, we'll get money and it can upgrade units. Or we can get a unit and we can purge up to 2 cards from our deck and modify spells. I want to upgrade units. Grab our money, multi-strike will allow a unit to attack twice. We want him to do it since he's supposed to. And we're going to grab him this battle stone so he has a little bit more health and a little bit more attack. We can also give 25 health, and we're going to put it on this guy so that he's not so weak. Since we have a lot of extra money, 235, we're going to re-roll all you get. Alright, so the large stone will make someone 1 dot bigger, but add 15 attack and 40 health. And that will turn... Then it'll make him take up the whole floor, so we don't want to do that. We're going to do it to Train Steward and make them actually work. And we're going to add a battle stone to the Horned Warrior, making him 35 and 39. We're going to skip that. I could put it on... Well, no, let's go ahead and put it on our big Train Steward so he actually packs up. This would give us 20 health if we were missing it. And now we get to upgrade our champion. Now, in the beginning, we had one of 2 choices. We can either continue down that choice, giving him more health and 20 points for spikes, or we can kind of like hybrid him. Now he'll have a revenge ability. When he gets hit, he'll cultivate 1, and that will add a +1/+1 to the lowest health of any other unit that's on the board, on the floor, my units. And I also get to draw an extra card per turn. I'm picking this because I want the extra card. So I'll be drawing 6 cards per turn instead of 1. Alright, enemy units will restore all health when they move up a floor. That's a tough battle anyways. And if you make it, you'd get a free artifact. Skip that one. Alright, so this guy hastes again. We don't like that. There's nothing we can do about it except down here, take a few punches. We're gonna put our demon on the top floor. And now we're out of Ember. Because he used all 4. Enemy units are going to kill themselves against our spike wall. Very low damage. We're going to put our... Thinking about putting our sweeping guy down here, but everyone's going to die against the spikes, so it doesn't really help. Just put him up here. Behind our Horned Warrior, now that our Horned Warrior has some health. Let's go ahead and heal our dude. We have our Imp again. Let's keep our Imp for later. Since this is going to give us 12 points of damage off the bat, some of these tough guys. These guys have 75, so they are damage. Now with a little plan, doing 35 points of damage. I will leave him with 15. 8 and 8 is 16, so the Shattered Shell will kill him and get +3 to his attack, making him stronger. But I'm going to go ahead and make him stronger now than that. And I like having more health on my wall down here and more spikes. We'll go ahead and heal him for free, which will allow us to draw a card. This guy does no damage, so we're not worried about him. We'll just continue healing our wall. These days are the best. Now our animus plant back here is he's going to do 35, and then 14 and 14 will kill him, so we're going to let that ride. Since we have room down here, let's put our big train down and go ahead and kind of weaken people. Not weaken, but soften them up. I'm not really too worried about these guys, so I'm going to stick them in front of the Demon Fiend so that the Demon Fiend doesn't get hit. This guy will get the +5 hit points, but in the long run, it's not going to be good. Just weaken this guy a little bit. Since we won't be hitting him directly, shield the guy in front of him. Now, as you see, when the wall gets hit, his revenge ability, the cultivate, has been going off. So it's been cultivating against him this time, and also helped him out. So he'll be getting bigger. Horned Warrior will kill this guy. They will not be able to kill him. I want to go ahead and weaken him a little bit. We have 3 Ember, so we're just going to dump all on the heal. Alright, the enemy who's on our 3rd floor is not here. We're gonna win this fight, so just to make it a little bit faster, even more hit points, and more spikes. I'm going to do one more heal, and also do a little damage. And then I'm going to apply this last pull, drawing our 3 cards, not here. Nice. No one on that floor. Quite the boss himself. Biggest train store will help finish it off. Alright, so we have our choice between 3 cards, but if you don't want any of them, you can choose to take 10 coins. I'm going to go ahead and do that. This simp's pretty good. He gives us 4 Ember. This allows us to sacrifice an imp and deal 50 points of damage to a frontline person. It's not a bad ability. The Attuned amplifies magic power. So if you put 10 point magic power, it'll do an extra 50 points of damage instead of just 2. And then this is a consume card that will grant 3 rage, which adds +6 to attack. Again, I'm going to skip all these. The deck's working pretty well, and we don't want to clutter too much. Here's our winged friend. His familiar tent comes closer into view. He looks eager to see you behind its curtain. I'm surprised to see you back so soon. But I am a wing of my word. Here you go, good as new. I even took the liberty of making it just a little bit better. Considered a small way to begin apologizing for our long history of, disagreements. I could, however, hold on to it a bit longer, give it the old winged treatment. Do you wish to retrieve your donation now or later? So if we take it now, we add a copy to your discard pile when played. That's new, I've not seen that. So when we play it, it adds another one. We're going to let him hold on to it so he can upgrade it again. Upgrade your units again, get health for our pyre, and then see the concealed cavern. Or we come over here and take a look at the trinkets for sale and purge some cards we may not need. We go this route since I don't need the health. And I'm going to purge one steward that we don't need. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and purge 2 stewards. We're doing pretty well. Alright. So all units will come with 5 armor. Armor will get destroyed before your health. Or 50% chance to daze an enemy when they enter the train so they won't get an action on the first turn. Or the first time a unit is healed, we draw a card. I don't really want any of those. And I could re-roll them for 50, but then I'd only have 220, and it's quite possible that the next artifacts would be too expensive. So I'm going to just keep my money. Roll on to the next battle. I want to upgrade some spells. We can upgrade the difficulty here for 150 coins as our reward, but all the units will come in with 2 spell shield, which nullifies all magic damage from being 1.50. Alright, so we're going to put this guy down here with a train steward in the way, and he'll kill all of those. The train steward will kill 1, and he'll kill the rest, getting plus 9 damage. We'll go ahead and make a regen on him. That way, whenever he takes some damage, he can get some damage. Now, when these guys die, they actually attack everyone on the same floor as them. So, for example, they're going to pump this clipped guardian in the back a lot. Go ahead and throw damage on him. Kill our guardian just to get him free card. We could destroy everybody on this floor, but we want the shattered shell to get that buff for killing them, so we'll let that ride. We forgot to kill that. We should have used our flame bear and got the best money. Normally heal down here and deal damage to them, but again, I want the shattered shell to hit the bonus. And we'll just go ahead and leave some damage. Take 1 CT for shell will do 38 points of damage twice. He's doing quite well. Let's keep our train steward and some health. We're not really worried about it, so 6 points of damage, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys. This time we're going to add the health to the steward to make him just that much more rewarding. Now, one side here is this this mini boss has sweep, so he's going to attack the front and the back, and he has lifesteal. He's going to heal for 8 points of damage when he hits both of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 10 extra health to the guy's back just to keep him around longer. And since he's going to kill himself on his spikes, we're going to go ahead and heal him. And that 8 just became 2. Alright, so this is one of those they're going to kill, but use up all his healing. We've not been damaged, so we're going to just doing that so I can get all the cards I can possibly draw. It's my chance of adding one attack and get Warren Warrior. cards here. We can put spikes on someone. We can restore 10 health, but make the unit go down a floor. Or we can draw -2 cards the next turn, but get +1 energy per battle for the rest, or per turn for the rest of the battle. Let's take that. This is a very powerful spell that does 100 damage to everything on the floor, friend and foe. We do not use that very often. Let's take my money. The winged person is back, and he's giving me the upgrade card. Now it does 2 points of damage. He makes a copy, and it costs nothing to cast. I don't know how useful it will be. We'll find out. We can get a free artifact and copy a card. We'll come over here and get money and modify our spells. We're going to modify our spells. We can also heal, but I'm not worried about that. Every spell has 2 slots here. So where did that... There it is. This one is 0 to cast. We're going to add 10 extra damage to it so that it does 12. Permafrost will make a card stay in our hand until we read it. And truthfully... No, I don't think I want that. Let's make this a little cheaper to cast. We're gonna re-roll holdover. When you play a card, you get it back the next turn. Put that on the stealing answer so that every turn, once we draw this, we always get it. The Search Stone will deal 20 extra points of damage, but cause the card to be consumed. So this torch will now do 22, but destroy itself. So it can only be played once per battle. I like that. Because the torches are not that strong. They're going to become much weaker as we play. Let's make this a cheaper one again. So this is now cost cast, so it's almost a no-brainer go. We're on ring 6, so we have another battle. This mini-boss will summon phased stones that will do all kinds of aggravating things throughout the battle. So, for example, the Looming Dark Shard, if I cast a spell here, every spell that's in my hand will go up by 1 for the rest of the I don't want that. We will go ahead and weaken some of them along the other. Now, if anything dies, if any of my units die on this floor, I will get a weight of contrition. I can speak English. Contrition, which is a purge card that goes in your deck. Just talk about that. Looking down here, start growing larger. Let's see what happens. Free cast. So we have now 2 in the discard pile, so that's not bad. I do want to go ahead and activate this. not feeling any damage. Kind of needs that. Now, for any of you who have played these kinds of games before, we're going to take this one that adds 25 armor. You may see a problem happening that I will end up with a deck full of those free-to-cast cards. I won't be able to cast any of those. I'm going to expand my floors. That will add an extra dot on each floor, so I can put more units in. I can modify my unit and modify my spells. 15 Fiend could stand to be modified. I have a train steward who could stand to be modified. I don't need the health, and I don't want to purge anything, so actually I'm going to go this route, just because it gives me access to more things. Let's check what the cavern has. We stop in an abandoned building that looks like it once belonged to a merchant. A few remaining goods from the clans of the Hellhorn, the Melting Remnant, and the Umbra are out in the open for taking, but taking something may cause the abandoned remains to fall to pieces. Which clan's artifacts do you take from the collapsing tree? Melting Remnant have a burnout mechanic, which we've not looked at. And Umbra does summoning of little morsels that your units will eat and grow stronger. If we draw something that has burnout, it's going to be wasted. So let's go ahead and take a look at Umbra. We could go Hellhorn, but we can have access to those in drafts. Alright, so the Space Prism will add one extra dot on a floor and then consume itself. I will collect that. And we only get to draw one. Every once in a while you'll get to draw two. I've actually seen it be able to draw all three at once. If there is a trick to it, I don't know. double stack, making something 50 armor instead of 25, or regen 2. It adds a double layer of some bonus. This. I wanted to do 50 armor. Or 10 damage. We'll put that on our event. Our event deals 20 to everybody, whether we have Ember or not. And we can lower the cost. We're going to lower the cost of that, making 1 again. We're really going to modify for many more spells. So I'm going to save my money. Once we got to the 7th floor, we get to upgrade our champion. Now, since we are bristling and cultivating, we must continue down one path. I can cultivate for 2 and draw 2 cards a turn, but only have 10 points of spikes. Or I can have spikes equaling 20. I'm going to draw 2 extra cards. Spikes are not as strong, but hopefully with the enhancement card I have, I'll just get these spikes. We're going to skip the spell shield bonus. This guy is a purifier and a real pain in the neck. I want him to it's awesome. Every round, if he's not dead, he will put a garbage card in your deck, and it becomes very hard to draw anything because all you get is. I'm going to expand our bottom floor in hopes that we get a very large 3-dot person. We're going to weaken this guy. He has 130 hit points, so we're going to go ahead and soften him. Remember, as our wall is getting hit, our champion, he's strengthening his life. So here's a prime example. We're going to put a big demon in the back. You're not going to be able to kill him. So the first thing I want to do is put an image and just soften him. Then we're going to up his ability. Since we're not going to kill him, and he's going to get up the stairs, I'm going to go ahead and let the pyre finish him off. So we'll weaken this a bit. Not completely. But if we get less than 40 points of damage, or 40 health, then they'll die. We want to keep our walls healthy. Since we have a large 22-point consume, we'll go ahead and pop it and get this guy alive. So we're finally starting to take damage from fire. We may have the option to heal on the next round. Alright, we're going to use the free heal. And we're going to go ahead and put all 50 points of armor on. We drew this, which makes it stronger and more spikes. We like that. So this is a damage sponge. Can't get rid of it. What we can do is make that a little stronger. This big one here, he'll finish that guy off. We will weaken the mana. It's not enough. We really wanted to put him out. Good job. Now this guy will go up with enough health to attack him. Alright, this is our last round before the boss enters. Continuing the strategy of strengthening our wall. We'll put +3 and +3 on him. And since we have 3 to cast damage. This boss hits for 25 points of damage, but he has trample. So when he kills a unit, whatever's left over will go to the next unit. Pump our wall up. Now we watch the fireworks. There we go. He never even got through our wall. But we did take damage that round. Rooted will make a person stay on the floor for 1 extra round. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. It also has the secondary ability to allow you to draw an extra card. I do not want any of these, so I'm just taking one. This is our last room. So, we can either go left and heal our pyre, copy a card, and modify a units, or we can go to the right, get more money, modify spells, and purge some trash from our deck. No matter what, we can purchase trinkets. I'm gonna go to the left. I'm more concerned. I just want to make sure our health stays in a good spot. Let's see what the trinkets are. We're not really adding any rage, so this would make rage, instead of +2, it would be +3. When a card is consumed, it will deal 30 damage to the front unit. When a friendly unit is healed, we will deal that amount of damage to the front unit. So if you only heal for 3, you deal 3. We're not dealing enough damage, or not healing enough to make that worthwhile, but remember, our enemy is going to consume our spells. So 1 spell per turn is going to get consumed. So that's a free 30-point damage attack. We're going to take that. We're going to Quick will allow them to attack before the enemy does. It's not a bad ability. Let's see. It can go on beat stick. I like that. 10 points of damage to our train steward. We can throw rage on someone, but then it'll drip off of them and become weaker. I'm not interested. Endless, when it dies, you draw it the next turn. We won't have that option. We have 50 gold. We have enough for these two, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to add 25 health to the train steward, making him worthwhile. And we're going to add 10 to beat stick so he can deal 60 points of damage quickly before the enemies even get a chance. So the gold left over gives you bonus points. We're not worried about that at the moment. And now we can copy any card in our deck but our hero. Honestly, really liking this one, so we can add 50 armor. And since it's consumed, now we have 2. And we go to our last fight. So Seraph the Diligent will devour 1 spell per turn. Unless we don't cast one. And then he puts some garbage in our deck. So this spell already has consumed. This one normally doesn't, but it does if we cast it first. We're going to put our wall down here. We're going to use this ability. Heals our damage. Go ahead and start. He has 999 health, so we're going to go ahead and start punching him. All of our embers will put beat stick into it. One of the things that we want to make sure is if this guy lives, he'll put garbage in our deck. We don't want it. This stays in our hand as reserve, and it'll get 1 damage. Sometimes you can get reserve that actually helps you. So beat stick will hold him for 60, but then he'll live and attack back. So we're gonna put in the way to take the punch and to kill the guy in the back. And now our consuming version of our health. And we had better put it into play now while we can. Oh, did we mess up? No. This spell did consume, but it also makes a copy of itself. So it is a free to cast spell that will protect our other spells. We're very lucky that we got that ability from that. Okay, so we have someone sneaking up towards the top, and he just summoned someone to be there. We have a consumed card. Well, all of our cards are not normally consumed except for the armor. We're going to use it to deal a little bit of damage to him and kill the one in the front. We'll put our train sword in, take a hit, and finish that guy off. That protects the rest of our spells. And look, we just drew another direct damage, so never mind. And he can apply his damage directly to the hero, or the villain. Or the boss, however you want to look at it. We might be the villains. And then we'll be using our wall. Since Big can beat that, kill that enemy hit well. Now they're going to do armor themselves. Down 16 points. Alright, so here's an example. Whatever spell we cast is going to be consumed. We'll go ahead and consume Rooted or Ensnare. This is not a lot of damage, but why take the chance? Go ahead and use that. We could have cast that first instead of Rooted. No, we drew it, so we had to play stuff first. Now we're going to put the large train sword away from punching demons today. And that also is going to put this down. So that the demon fiend will put him out of his misery. Our plant creature is not really enshrined. Alright, so here we go again with spells that are going to get consumed. We're going to go ahead and use the one that regenerates itself in a way. It's going to do 12 to the one in the back, or in the middle, but since it's consumed, it's going to do 30 to the one. Just hit 2 targets for the price of nothing. Strike guy a little bit stronger, through garbage. This guy is our last one. And continue. Since we're out of armor, we're actually going to start taking some damage. We're doing alright, it feels like, but when he comes into play, we're not sure how much damage he's going to do. So here we are, faced off against the same problem we get every turn. When this guy dies, he deals 5 points of damage to your front unit. We're not really worried about that. When you consume... This spell is consumed already. Just go ahead and consume spell. Keep our wall with health. And then salt units. So our boss has lost 270 points. So it's weakening quite a bit. We're going to consume a spell again, so we're going to use our recast. Then we're going to heal. Strengthen our wack. Strengthen our multi-striker. This guy deals 10. Let's not take that. It's worth 1. And burning card. We have 1 wave remaining, so we may not draw this again. We're going to go ahead and use it. Which does some more damage to the steel one there in front. There you go. So he was able to kill 2 of those. Gain more attack. Consume a torch to get rid of it. And get a little bit of damage. We're gonna win this. Okay, so he attacks for 9 points of damage 3 times. Let's not take any extra damage that we don't have to. Start higher. And we'll just up our regeneration. And again, watch the fireworks. For this board. As we pull into the home station and relight the fire. Won this round this time. Now, if you've enjoyed this, of course you can find this game on Steam. If you'd like to see me run any combination of heroes or champions, let me know. There are now 2 champions per faction. So when the game started, there was only 1 for each faction. And our run summary. So this shows us the points we got per board. We did not take any challenges, so we did not earn any extra points. It will show us our cards and how we modified them, the artifacts we used, and that this was a 56-minute run. So that's a little odd. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.